But
not that I'm against casinos, but
the other Sunday, I managed to roll myself out of bed and get to church. And after church, the
from
pastor...
casinos to churches, okay.
Just listen, there's a connection here. The pastor of the church is good friends with a friend of mine who I see at the church. And we were all having dinner, and the pastor was like, oh, I remember... We were talking about plane layovers, which could be a whole different topic. I mean, that's terrible. What the plane companies think that they are heaven sent, that they are the only option you have to be transported from point A to point B. Airports take advantage of
We could make
people.
another
That's
topic on this. Let's
anyways,
keep going.
The pastor of the church said, oh, yeah, we were on our way back from Vegas. And I just remember, like, a pastor in Vegas, and he goes, and we got laid over in Dallas, we got laid over in Denver, and it took us 2 days to get home. But that's okay, because and at this point I'm like, okay, maybe he was just at a convention, or maybe he was visiting a family member who lived in Las Vegas. There's no way that the pastor was out there gambling. And he goes, well, we had all these layovers and we were delayed by all this time. But that's okay, because we had won $600 in bingo. And my jaw
just dropped to the floor.
What? A pastor who just told me about Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden spends money in Las Vegas. And so that just left me itching my head all day. So I get to work, and this lady I work with is a fairly religious lady, and I said, hey, is gambling a sin? And she goes, well, it does not say in the Bible that DJ must not gamble. I'm like, well, it also doesn't say DJ in the Bible must not murder. You know,
yeah, you got.
I mean, that's one of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not murder, but one of the 10 Commandments is not thou shalt not gamble. And so she goes, no, I don't think it is. Really?
Huh.
And so the only thing I could imagine is my pastor, who I love very near and dear, walking up and down the Vegas Strip, and you know who stands on
all I can think of is him
side
jumping up and screaming bingo in like the outfit that they wear, you know what I mean?
No, they don't. That's not the church I go to.
You don't go to one that?
No, everyone's
that
casual.
extreme-ish?
It's really nice. They don't pass around snakes and say, "Hey, if you believe in God, the snake won't bite you." Have you heard about those churches?
Are you
There's churches.
Really?
Yeah.
They pass around a snake?
Not at my church, but anyways, all I could imagine was my pastor walking up and down the strip, and you know, all the people who stand on the sidewalk hand out those cards to everyone, those business cards that have naked women on them, you know, with the 1-800 numbers about call me tonight for a great night. And that's the only
$20.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Jeez.
I gotta admit, when I was in Vegas last year for NAB, National Association of Broadcasters, just in case you don't know what NAB is, I remember just walking around the strip for the first couple days, and the first time, you're bound to have people hand these to you because there's people standing all over the place. And the first time they handed me those, and I looked at them like, why would I want these? And I tried to give them back, and he wouldn't take them, and I eventually just threw them away in the trash can right next to him and walked away. But on my last day in Vegas, I was like, you know what? These would make cool gag gifts, you know, just to give to friends when I get back. Like, hey, I got you a souvenir. So on my last day in Vegas, I was walking around collecting all those.
Is that the story you're going to stick with?
I did not call the 1-800 number.
I wouldn't go for the $20 ones. I'd have to at least... I don't know what... I don't even
But the picture of the girl on the $20 coupon that they hand out is gorgeous. You know that's not the girl they're going to be sending to you.
Oh, God, no. Probably be like that one show about the meth.
What show's that?
The show we did with the person on meth. Probably be a lot.
Yeah,
like
a few
that.
weeks ago we did a show about an old friend that we ran into who was struggling with meth addiction, and she had lost all of her teeth. An update on her, if you remember that episode, she got fake teeth.
And she's not in jail.
She's not in jail. We thought she was going to go to jail.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Considering she was on probation and went to the hospital for overdose. It still puzzles me how that...
She got free teeth in the deal. And look at this. I have health insurance. Then they take a lot of money out of my check every week to pay for this health insurance. And when I have to go to the hospital, I have to pay a big copay. If I have surgery, I have to pay a copay.
Well, maybe you should try meth.
But this girl who's strung out on meth, gets this state assistance, and they pay for free teeth after they rotted out of her brain.
Yeah. That was a terrible show. If
that's
you
the
haven't
world
seen
we
it.
lived in. That was an awesome
It was a good show.
What are you
but
talking about, terrible show?
It was a terrible thing that happened, not the show.
Okay, yes, it was terrible. One of our
The show was awesome, but what happened
who we graduated with
was very bad.
We had just ran into years after graduating, and we had realized, oh, well, you haven't done too well with your life. Your teeth have fallen out of your head, and you're done on whatever drug she was on.
Yeah, we don't know for sure if it was meth, but you can add the dots together.
Remember, she walked up to me and she gave me a hug.
Oh,
and
God.
And she goes, "So you still with Deanna?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we've been together for the past 5 years. We were high school sweethearts. We went to prom together, and I love her very much." She goes, "So why are you still with Deanna?" And I had to bite down hard on my tongue because I wanted to respond with, "Because she still has all of her teeth." But and you were there that night. You were with me. Jeff and I are always together. And you had that one laser. Jeff has got this high-powered laser that you could literally hold up to a piece of paper, and you turn on this laser, and it'll burn a hole through it. So Jeff is showing this meth addict his, few $100 laser and, showing it off, burning through stuff. And what does she do?
Well, what any person does.
What any meth head would do is put her hand on the dot that's burning through paper.
Yeah.
So I want to touch it.
I want to see what it feels like.
I want to touch it.
It's only causing smoke to roll off this paper. Needless to say, that didn't go
no
spectacularly.
I'm like, why would you do that?
As you're seeing it burn. That's like seeing someone weld metal.
Yeah.
And being like, I want to grab that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or it's like watching flies and mosquitoes fly into the bug zapper.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I see all my friends dying. Oh, I want one. We got to get one of those.
Dude, you imagine...
Do they really help? I can't imagine.
No.
No. I guess the only point of having a bug zapper is to put it up and just for the sheer entertainment of watching June bugs or beetles fly into it and just pop like popcorn.
They only work if you're right next to it, because then they go to it, not you. But if it's like
a few feet away,
But if you're 10, 15 feet away from it, no.
My grandparents had one. As I was a kid growing up, they had one built into their garage that was up on the peak of the house on the garage, and the patio that we'd sit on as kids was on the other side of the yard.
Yeah.
And I remember every night they would flip that on, and it really wouldn't help with the mosquitoes. So I don't get it.
I don't either. To be honest.
At state parks and stuff, they have warnings up about those. They really don't help that much. They sometimes they kill bugs that don't harm you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess they provide entertainment. That's about it.
They provide entertainment.
When you get the big June bugs that fly into them.
The big June bugs. Like I said, they pop like popcorn.
Yeah. But those things got to run up your electric bill, though. Because when you think about it, when that bug flies in there...
It's like an electric heater. All it is a short.
Yeah, that's my point. When that bug goes in there, it's basically a dead short.
Uh-huh.
So, man, that's got to cost a lot of money.
And they also smell bad, too.
They do.
You can smell
you're cooking bug. Ugh. I mean, you're literally cooking bug. When that bug flies in there and it gets stuck between the two wires, it's going to cook until it dries out.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's.
I kind of want one here in the studio.
How
did we get on this topic?
We went from churches to bug zappers. It's just how it rolls.
We'll have to listen to the replay. Anyways, this is Random Overflow. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Random Overflow. Submit your questions, comments, or stuff you want to hear, or if you're a new and upcoming band and you want to promote your music here on Random Overflow, feel free to send us your material, randomoverflow@gmail.com. Jeff and I, we have to know that people are listening, or else we just give up on life.
We are?
No, we just give up on this radio show.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you might be on your own on that one.
I know. Okay. You won't drink the Kool-Aid with me?
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid with you. Maybe if it was like the world ending, but...
No. I would want to be around for that. You'd off yourself if the world was ending?
It depends on how it's going to end.
Like if the sun like sucked up Earth into its gravitational pull like even more than we currently are with orbiting it.
Yeah, I'd probably stay alive for that, but if like there was giant mosquitoes that sucked your blood out of your holes...
Ugh.
I'd probably,
You'd off yourself?
Yeah, I'd probably...
You're not one of those people that believe you're damned to hell for eternity for offing yourself?
There might be exceptions to giant mosquitoes.
But hell is a giant lake of fire.
Well, you don't know. Maybe...
For eternity.
Maybe God's a reasonable man, and he'll be like, yeah, I completely understand. I wouldn't want that thing sucking up there either.
Oh, God. Where's the show gone?
I mean, come on. He's got to be reasonable.
Oh, God is very reasonable, I think.
That's my point. Okay. I mean, there's got to be a few exceptions.
I'll have to ask my pastor about that.
I don't know if you should.
My gambling pastor next Sunday at church.
If there was giant mosquitoes, if that would be okay?
Yeah. Well, let's just say...
I'd love to know how that's going to come up, like, as you're talking to him. How does that kind of a question, like, brew into the topic, you know?
Yeah. Have you heard of Geek Squad?
I have.
What's your opinion on them? Because I got a call, a telemarketer call the other day asking about if I needed any assistance with Geek Squad. So what is Geek Squad and what do they do?
So they're not going to be a sponsor, right?
If you are an ad agency buyer for Geek Squad, feel free to contact us at randomoverflow@gmail.com.
So, yeah.
Hey, hold on. My phone didn't go off. Okay, we're good. All right. Get into it.
Okay, yeah, they're pretty much take your money and your computer and throw them in a trash can.
Uh-huh.
And you're basically going to wind up with the same results.
Why do you say your computer? Because they that's what they're here for, is to help.
My mother has a laptop. And this is a pretty good example here. This laptop was given to me by a family member. One of their coworkers had taken it to Geek Squad.
Mm-hmm. And
Geek Squad said this laptop is completely broken. There is no way you can fix it. It's beyond economical repair. And
well, because they must earn commission if you buy a new laptop.
That's yes, pretty much. So they said the hard drive was broken, which if you're getting your computer fixed, broken hard drive is a scapegoat. Don't fall for it. And they pulled the hard drive out and they put it in a different case and everything. They did that just so he couldn't continue to use the computer.
Yeah.
I got the computer. I literally took the hard drive out of it, put it back in the computer, reinstalled Windows, and of course did some disk checking to make sure it actually was fine.
Mm-hmm.
The hard drive had checked out to be about 86% health.
Yeah.
Which for a laptop and or hard drive in an older laptop is extremely good, actually. I mean, that's like remarkably good, considering the laptop's like 6 years old, and, well, I don't know about anyone else, but I've dropped my laptop a few times, to be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I literally just put it back in the computer, reinstalled Windows, and my mom still uses this laptop to this day. And it's worked perfectly.
And it was just given to her because Geek Squad...
Yeah, because they said it was
told this
completely worthless.
Just so they could earn extra money.
And actually, another funny thing is a person who currently works for me on my other actual job used to work
this is an actual job. We just don't make any money at it.
Yeah. He used to work for
We're gaining
Geek Squad.
clientele.
And do you know how...
By the way, if you'd like to sponsor the show, please contact us, randomoverflow@gmail.com. That's care of DJ Roberts at randomoverflow.com. Go ahead, John.
The funny thing about Geek Squad is you don't need any computer certifications. Like, you don't need the A+ certification or anything at all. Literally, when you walk into Geek Squad on your first day of being a computer technician, they hand you a flash drive
Uh-huh.
And that flash drive basically